All right, Coach Thomas here in the Coach's Corner one more time. Just like to talk about chess right here. Just relax for a minute, all right? Just put on your listening ears. You don't have to get all tense. I just want you to relax. I want you to understand that the more you know about this sport, the better you can play this sport. And guess what? There's some simple things to know, some really simple things. They may not be obvious things while you're playing, but they are some simple things. And if you know these things, you can go a long way with chess. And you know, Coach Thomas likes to break things down in threes. That's right. But I'm not going to talk about the threes today. I want to talk about strategy and tactics. Some people don't know the difference. They think strategy and tactics are the same thing, and they're not. Strategy is what you have before you even sit down to play the game. My strategy when I play, I like to open with the Queen's Gambit opening. That's a strategy, okay? It involves certain moves in my opening that help me. It's a positional game. I know certain things about the Queen's Gambit opening. That's a strategy. In that Queen's Gambit game, I probably like to play an open game. That means I'm going to trade off my pawns in the center of the game. That's right. And I'm going to keep my bishops more so than my knights. That's what you do in an open game as opposed to a closed game. All that is strategy. I want to talk about tactics. Now, as opposed to strategy, tactics take a certain place on the chessboard. Tactics come about because of a position of the men. And all the tactics have names. Okay? I want you to concentrate on three. Yeah, I'm not going to confuse you with a bunch of tactics. I want you to remember three main tactics. The three main tactics in chess, I like you to remember these because you're going to see them more often than any other tactic. They're more likely to occur than any other tactic in chess. Those are forks and double attacks. All the chessmen on the chessboard can fork. That's when one chessman is attacking two opposing players from one square. Okay? That's a fork. Anytime you have one man attacking two opposing players, that is considered a fork. Now, you want your forks to be effective, so a lot of times I like to check the king on one side and attack a man on the other side. That's a fork. But every man can fork. Watch this, the pawn fork. The bishop fork. the rook fork. One of my favorite pieces on the chessboard is the knight. And the knight has a pattern to look for when you're doing the knight fork. That's right, the knight fork. The queen is the strongest fork on the board. The queen can attack so many pieces from one square. She is an extremely powerful forking instrument on your chessboard. You can destroy somebody's pieces with queen fork. And guess what? Even the king can fork. Look at this. That's right, in this position the king is attacking two men at one time. One of those men is going to be lost. All because of the king fork. So, when you're playing a game of chess, guess what tactic you should look for first? That's right, forks. What's the other tactic? Pins. The other tactic is pins. We're going to get deeper into pins. I have a lot to say about pins. Anyway, and the third tactic are ties. A tie in chess is also known as an overworked piece. We say that when one piece is tied to too many of his own pieces, like sometimes the queen, because of how she is, not only can she attack multiple enemy pieces from one square, she can also protect multiple pieces on her own side from one square. But guess what? That's a weakness. She can't protect all those pieces at one time. That's right. She might be able to protect two, maybe three. But what happens if you're attacking two of those pieces where you take one, and in order to compensate, she takes you back? Now the other piece is unprotected. She was tied to it. And you can break that tie and win a piece. That is a tactic in chess. Forks, pins, and ties. 3 tactics to remember to be good at chess. So remember, come to the Coach's Corner, listen to your chess mentor, Coach Thomas here. I'm going to tell you a lot about how to win a game of chess and the fun things you can do in the middle game. That's where your tactics come into play. I'm going to break that down for you on the next video. We're going to talk about tactics in the middle game.